Reward leading to Cavalcante's capture now increased to $25,000. Joining us again is Vinny Vella, covers suburban courts and crime for the Philly Inquirer. He's been reporting on the manhunt. He was at the press conference earlier today. He's been breaking stories on this. And Bobby Chacon, he's a retired FBI agent and attorney who has worked fugitive manhunts for 19 years. All right, Bobby, let me start with you. The police sort of keep expressing optimism here, cautious optimism. But at each press conference, it feels like they're saying, he's desperate. He's running out of time. We got a perimeter. And then each day keeps going by, and this guy seems to keep figuring out a way out. Is this confidence, do you think, by the authorities real?
Yes, I think it's real, and I think it's well placed. I think this is unlike other investigations where you're following a thread and you're getting ultimately to an end game. Here, you set the stage, and then nothing happens until you catch him. So it's all or nothing. All you do is you make the conditions favorable to him being caught. In other words, you restrict the perimeter, you get his name out on programs like this, his picture out on programs like this, and you set the stage. But there's very little positive developments until he's actually caught. So it's kind of falls off the cliff. It's kind of an all or nothing thing. So I think they're confident that's going to happen. But when it happens, it's going to be a quick and seemingly like a surprise.
Right. And do you agree with them that the fact that he is now going to the home of former coworkers who he didn't know particularly well shows a level of desperation?
I do. I do. Because he knows they have Ring cameras. He knows he's on video. He hasn't spoken or dealt with these people in a number of years. He has no level of trust in them. He has no way to believe that they're not going to turn him in. So for him to come out of the shadows, if you will, I think does show, some desperation, and it's borne out in the fact that both of these people did turn to law enforcement and give them the video and the pictures and say, hey, this guy came to me.
Right. This is number one. This is the police state Lieutenant Colonel George Bivens on the relationship that he had with these coworkers who he apparently visited their homes.
These people had not, to my knowledge, had any contact with Cavalcante for years. So they were not friends. They were prior work associates, for example, and they were not people that we would have expected or that we would have known even to contact.
Vinny Vella, they've now arrested his sister. Significance of that? I mean, it can't just be immigration related.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult because, obviously Lieutenant Colonel Bivens is playing the daily in and outs of the investigation close to the vest, given, how closely they're looking for him. But you're right. I mean, it's clear, I think, based on his comments today, that there was someone, whether it's his sister or somebody else, assisting him. He gave a pretty stern warning at the outset of his comments today, saying to anybody who knows Cavalcante, if you help him, we will prosecute you. Now, that being said, he refused to directly state whether or not his sister Eleni was arrested for helping him. All he would say is that she overstayed a visa and she's been taken into custody for the immigration violation. His sister previously did testify against him at his trial in Westchester in August, basically telling prosecutors that she had contact with the victim shortly before her death, and even shared some of those text messages with prosecutors. So previously she had cooperated against him, and now it seems that she's not willing to cooperate further, which is one of the reasons why, as Colonel Bivens said, her deportation process was initiated.
Bobby Chacon, it seems so reckless of him, or let's call it dumb of him, to go to the homes of people he barely knows who are former coworkers and show up on a Ring camera. That I would think gives the authorities some confidence here, right? That putting aside whether he's desperate, he's not desperate, at the very least, he's making really, really rookie errors.
Yeah, and I think that's to be expected. I think that he did. You're right. He did make the affirmative choice to do those things, which means to me there were other things he couldn't do or he didn't have at his disposal. These were his only moves, and these were the moves he's making. And if these are the moves he's making, if these are the best moves that he's making, because why wouldn't he make his best moves? If these are the best moves he's making, he doesn't have many good moves left.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.